This is KBPS Portland.
AM 1450 KBPS presents live PIL basketball. Now with all the action, let's go courtside with the KBPS sportscasting crew.
Hi everyone and good afternoon from Marshall campus at Benson High School. I am Sean Phillipson for AM 1450 KBPS in Portland. Today's game features 6A boys basketball as the Benson Techmen host the Ida B. Wells Guardians. Looking at how these two teams have fared during the regular season, Ida B. Wells coming into today's game 29th in state. Overall, they are 6-12 and 3-6 in the Portland Interscholastic League, good for 6th place in the PIL standings. Looking at the Benson Techmen, they are 12-4 overall and 7-1 in the PIL. They are in 3rd place in the PIL standings at the moment, behind Grant and Cleveland. If Benson should win this afternoon's game today, they will get to 2nd place in the PIL standings. Benson coming in 19th in state, according to the OSAA polls this year. Last time these teams met was back on this week, February 1st, at Ida B. Wells. Benson defeated Ida B. Wells 52-51 in that game. Nate Perkins-Fescher led the Techmen with 14 points, DeWong Puchan with 11. Miguel Taylor with 11 points, 9 rebounds, and Kayvon Bradford scored 10, including the game winner at Wells High School. Canalan finished with 15 for Wells, Nick DiGiulio with 12, Jonah Jones with 10, and Leo Sewell with 11 for Wells High School. Ida B. Wells at that. The last game for Benson this week was yesterday at Franklin, winning on the road 55-44. In that win for Benson, Nate Perkins-Fescher led the Techmen with a career-high 19 points. Kayvon Bradford finishes with 17 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, and Miguel Taylor finished with 10 points, leading the way for the Benson Techmen. Again, that happened last night against the Lightning on the road, in which the Techmen swept their road trip, winning at Grant, at Jeff, at Ida B. Wells, and at Franklin, and currently on a 5-game winning streak, a season high for the Techmen this year. And they would love to continue that momentum riding into today's game. Benson Techmen averaging 56.1 points per game as a team. They allow 51.6 points per game as a team on defense. Ida B. Wells, they're averaging 67.5 points per game scoring and giving up 67.3 points per game as a team this year. Let's run down to you the starting lineups first for the visiting Ida B. Wells Guardians. It will be senior Leo Sewell, sophomore J.C. Canalan, sophomore Nick DiGiulio, junior Jonah Jones, and a junior Schwabe Dahir for the Guardians. The Guardians are coached by Craig Coakley, assisted by Steve Lohman. For the Benson Techmen starting lineups, at guard, a junior Kayvon Bradford will get the start. At guard, a sophomore Dylan DeWong Puchan. Also a guard, Nate Perkins-Fescher, who is a senior. At forward, a sophomore Miguel Taylor, and a forward, a senior Carlos Barfield will get the start. The Techmen are coached by Earl Clark, assisted by Curtis Williams, Michael Raphael, Paige Mesher, Robert Barber, and Sam Glasgow. Should be a great matchup. This is the final meeting between these two teams, as Ida B. Wells looking to tie the series at 1 apiece between these two schools. Benson won the first meeting, as I said, at Ida B. Wells. They would love to get the sweep here this afternoon here at home. We will take a break, and when we come back, we will reintroduce to you the starting lineups for both teams and the opening tip-off from Marshall campus at Benson High School. It's the Techmen and the Guardians next on AM 1450 KBPS in Portland. Welcome back to Marshall campus at Benson High School. Sean Phillipson on hand with the play-by-play. Benson Techman hosting the Ida B. Wells Guardians. Run down of the lineups one more time. First for the Guardians, Sewell, Canalan, DeJulio, Jones, and Dahir. For the Techman, Bradford, DeLong-Puchan, Perkins, Fesher, Taylor, and Barfield. It will be Jones and DeLong-Puchan to jump it up at the center circle, and the tip-off one for the Guardians in their road forest green uniforms with white lettering and white trim. Techman in the home white uniforms. And a bounce pass by Canalan sails out of bounds, intended for Jonah Jones on the left block. Turnover, Benson ball. Benson in the home white uniforms with blue and orange lettering and blue trim. Into the hands now for Taylor, holding things up. Over to Bradford. Bullet pass inside to DeLong-Puchan. Actually, that was Perkins Fesher in the paint. Couldn't get the pass to him. And turnover, Techman. Ida B. Wells ball. 7:35 remaining first quarter. No score from Marshall campus. It is Sewell. Sewell looking into the paint to Jones on the left block. Turnaround, spinning. Fall away jump shot, no good. Rebound batted up in the air. Claimed by Dahir. Dahir puts up the shot, no good. And he draws the foul. Techman on the defensive foul. That one on Miguel Taylor, his first for Benson. First team foul for Benson. 2 free throws coming up for Dahir, the junior for Ida B. Wells. The first free throw is good with one more from the line. Ida B. Wells lead 1-0. 7:21 remaining in the first quarter. Our fourth game this week on KBPS, as Dahir left it short on the second attempt. Defensive rebound for Benson. Bradford brings up the timeline. Down by 1. 7:13 to play first quarter. DeLong-Puchan on the left wing. Guarded by DeJulio. Back to Bradford. Bradford passes right into Taylor, who drives and turns it over. Great steal by DeJulio on the far side. Bringing it up to Sewell. Back to DeJulio. DeJulio passes left over to Canalan. A three-pointer. Got it. Canalan with his first from long range and a 4-0 start for Ida B. Wells on the road. 6:45 remaining in the first quarter. DeLong-Puchan on the left wing. Looking for someone to give it to. Still with it. DeLong-Puchan has the ball. Stop the dribble. Pass over to the near side is Bradford. Bradford passes right into Fesher in the right corner. Long pass. Bumped. And a foul called on Leo Sewell. Tried to steal the pass away from DeLong-Puchan. His first foul of the game. Team's first for either team. 6:29 remaining first quarter. 4-0 lead. Guardians on the road. In case if you missed last night's broadcast, we were at Ida B. Wells, where the Ida B. Wells Guardians girls won at home, leading as many as 16 points, and hung on for the victory. Bradford on the right wing gives it for Barfield at the foul line. Hands off of Perkins Fesher. Back to Bradford. Bradford drawing, kicking it out for DeLong-Puchan. Left wing is Bradford. A three-pointer, no good. Rebound grabbed by Canalan for the Guardians. Canalan, nice pass inside to Dahir, and he lays it in off the window. Dahir with 3 and an early timeout for Benson. And they will take a full timeout with 5:54 remaining in the first quarter. 6-0 lead. Ida B. Wells lead over Benson on KBPS. Taylor to inbound the ball for Benson. 5:53 remaining in the first quarter. Benson down 6-0 over Ida B. Wells. DeLong-Puchan on the left wing. Passes to the left corner. And a foul on Benson away from the ball. Carlos Barfield gets called for the foul for the Techman, his first, team's second of the quarter. And the Guardians with possession into the hands for Leo Sewell. Sewell walking it up past the timeline, guarded by Perkins Fesher. Passes left side into Jonah Jones. Back to Sewell. Into Jones, spinning in the paint. And a traveling violation is called on Jonah Jones. Turnover results for Ida B. Wells. Benson ball. Bradford with the ball in his hands. He had the game winner in the last meeting at Ida B. Wells this past week. Bradford gets off a double pick from Taylor this time. DeLong-Puchan, a left wing 3. That's no good. Rebound sails out of bounds off of Taylor fighting for the rebound, and Ida Wells with the ball out of bounds. It will be Sewell bringing it up the timeline. Sewell going to his right, dribble handoff to Canalan. Canalan back to Sewell on the right wing, gives it for Jones on the right block. Gives it for Sewell with the runner up and in. Leo Sewell, his first field goal for Ida Wells, and an 8-0 lead for the Guardians. 4:50 remaining first quarter. Bradford steps into a three from straight away. Got it to fall. Davon Bradford gets the Techman on the board, down by 5, 8-3. Ball into the corner for DeGiulio to respond for three and knocks it down from the near corner. Nick DeGiulio with his first from long range, and the Guardians lead back up by 8, 11-3. 4:25 remaining in the first quarter. Bradford. For Taylor, back to Bradford. Bullet pass into Barfield. Barfield into a double team in the paint. Kicks it out. Bradford on the drive. Puts up a 10-foot jump shot. No good. Good contest by Dahir. Defensive rebound for the Guardians. Up the floor is Canalan. Into Sewell. Sewell, bullet pass. Nice poke by Taylor and a steal for Benson. Taylor gives it for DeWong Puchan up on the left wing, far side. DeWong Puchan gets off the screen from Taylor. Gives it for Bradford. Bradford setting up the offense for the Techman, near side. Techman, it's Bradford. Floats one up with the left hand, no good. Rebound pulled down by Jones. So with it for the Guardians, leading by 8, 11-3. Into the hands for DeGiulio, again for three. That's around and out. Rebound pulled down by Bradford. Bradford gets off a double screen between the rings. Pass inside, looking for Barfield. Another turnover on Benson. Up the floor, Canalan goes, kicks it out. Sewell, a right wing three is short. Defensive rebound, Bradford for Benson. 3:15 remaining in the opening quarter. 11-3 lead for the Techmen. Duong-Puchan all alone for three and knocks it down from the left side. Duong-Puchan with his first triple of the game, his first field goal, cuts the deficit to 5 again at 11-6. Guardians lead. Dribble handoff for Canalan off the screen. Double shows on Canalan for Benson. Canalan gets away from trouble. Gives it for Jones. Jones with a 20-footer right elbow, no good. Rebound Bradford. Bradford on the left wing, far side, pushing it up. Gives it for Duong-Puchan. Loads for three. It's an air ball. Rebound right to Taylor, and he lost the ball, stolen by Sewell. And Bradford intercepts the pass for Benson. Bradford will pull it from the foul line, left it short. He hesitated on the jump shot. He didn't know if he wanted to go in the paint or shoot it. Guardians ball the other way. It's DeGiulio on the drive, and he is fouled on the floor by Carlos Barfield. That is his second. And Marquise Cross will check into the game for the Techman for Barfield, who has 2 fouls. Third team foul on Benson, 1 for the Guardians. 11-6 lead for Ida Wells. Inbounds for Canalan, a three-pointer around and in from the left baseline near side. J.C. Canalan with 6 for Ida Wells, and the lead back up at 8 for the Guardians, 14-6. Guardians would love to end the Techman's 5-game winning streak if they can pull one out here on the road tonight. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Taylor, turnaround jumper, no good off the back of the rim from the right elbow. Guardians with the ball the other way on the defensive rebound. Sewell throws it too far out of the range for DeGiulio, and a turnover on Ida Wells. Benson ball, 1:51 to play, first quarter. Lucas Devlin will be at the table next. Dead ball for Ida Wells. Bradford gets off the screen. Bradford kicks it out. It's Perkins-Fesher for three. Knocks it down. Nate Perkins-Fesher with his first from long range. Bradford the assist. 5-point deficit again for Benson at 14-9. 90 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. Sewell fouled in the paint is Jones. I think this one will be on Duong-Puchan, and it is his first foul of the game for Benson. And Devlin will check in. Eguarda will check in for the Guardians, as Sewell will get his first rest of the game, and Dahir. Inbounds pass stolen away by Taylor for Benson. Duong-Puchan handling the ball now as he passes the timeline. Gives it for Bradford on the left wing. Bradford still with it. Skip pass into Duong-Puchan. Into Taylor. Back to Duong-Puchan. A right corner three. No, and he got it. Duwong Puchan with a 3. And it's a 14-11 lead for the Techmen, or 14-11 lead for IW Wells, excuse me. Candleland floats one up, no good. Rebound for Duwong Puchan. That last possession, IW Wells was kind of shell-shocked a little bit that there was not an offensive goaltend. 3-pointer again for Benson. That's no good by Perkins Fesher. Rebound for Duwong Puchan into Bradford, who lays it in with the left hand. Bradford with 5. Lead trimmed down to 1 now for the Guardians at 14-13. Benson on a mini run. 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Candleland hands off for DeJulio on the right wing. DeJulio gets off a pick from Jones. DeJulio stopped his dribble, gives it for Devlin, who pump fakes and had his pass stolen away by Perkins Fesher. Perkins Fesher will pull up from the right elbow, got it, and the Techmen lead. Perkins Fesher with 5. Benson in front by 1, 15-14 with 5 seconds left in the quarter. In it comes to Candleland, who floats one up and banks in a tough runner to end the first quarter. J.C. Candleland with 8 for the Guardians. Lead it after 1. It's 16-15 IW Wells over the Benson Techmen. Second quarter coming up next on KBPS. Welcome back to Marshall campus at Benson High School. Benson Techmen and IW Wells. Guardians are up by 1 at the end of the first quarter. Techmen to inbound on the far side to begin quarter number 2. Benson going left to right, right to left for IW Wells. It'll be Bradford handling the ball at the point. Getting off a pick from Taylor, going to his right. Pick kicks it out for Duwong Puchan. Back to Bradford. Down by 1 are the Techmen. As they led by 1 near the end of the first quarter. Bradford from 18 feet out and knocks it down from the left elbow. Kayvon Bradford with 7 for Benson, and the Techmen regain the lead at 17-16. Pass into Jones, a tough catch, dumps it off to Dahir, and he lays it in with contact. No foul called. IW Wells back in front by 1, 18-17. 7:25 remaining in the first half, and a foul on IW Wells off the pick is Candleland, and that'll be his first foul of the game. Benson ball on the near sideline. It'll be Perkins Fesher to do the inbounding for Benson, and gets it into Bradford. Bradford and the Techmen trailing by 1, 18-17 now to the Guardians. Bradford off the pick from Taylor, shoots a 3 from straight away, knocks it in. Kayvon Bradford with 10 for Benson, and a 20-18 lead for Benson, their largest lead of the game at 2. Handoff to Sewell on the right wing. Sewell thought about the 3, kicks it out, pump fake for Candleland. Between the rings to Julio for a 3 to respond, no good. Rebound tipped in by Jonah Jones with the right hand. And we are tied at 20-all, 6:40 remaining first half. Into the hands for Bradford off the pick from Taylor. Bradford gets off another screen from Taylor between the rings. Taylor between the rings, back to Bradford, right wing, stripped of the ball, but a foul called on Leo Sewell. That will be his second foul of the game. Team foul number 3, 4 for Benson, 3 for IW Wells. Inbounds. It is Cross getting it in to Bradford. Bradford will go for 3, right wing. Good again. Kayvon Bradford from long range has 13 in the half, and the Benson Techmen lead 23-20 with 6:10 remaining in the second quarter. DeJulio gives the ball to Jones. Jones has the height advantage. Stripped of the ball cleanly by Perkins Fesher. Perkins Fesher on the break will lay it in. Perkins Fesher with 7, lead up at 5 for Benson at 25-20 with 5:53 remaining in the second quarter. Sewell gets off a screen by Candleland. Sewell lobs it inside to the paint to Jones on the left block. Jones bumped, offensive foul called on Jonah Jones. Terrific charge take by Marquise Cross. Jones picks up his first foul of the game. 5:40 remaining first half. 5-point lead for Benson at 25-20. Bradford gets off the screen. Nearly traveled with the basketball, gives it for Taylor. Taylor tries to shovel it in the cross in the paint and throws it away on the far side. Nearly hit one of the Benson cheerleaders as well. I.W. Wells ball. Earl Clark, the head coach for the Techmen, did not like that pass thrown too hard on the far side. Inbounds, looking for Canalan. Canalan lobs it up and gets it into Sewell. Sewell guarded by Perkins Fesher. Sewell passes left to Jones. Handoff to Sewell on the left wing. Bounce pass into Canalan. Back up top, a three-pointer. Good by DeJulio. Nick DeJulio with 6 for the Guardians. His second from long range and cuts the Benson lead to 2 at 25-23. Bradford looking for some separation. Gets off a double screen. Bradford kicks it out. Duwong Pruchan, a left wing three. Good! Dylan Duwong Pruchan with 9. And the Techmen have a 5-point lead at 28-23. 4:47 remaining first half. Canalan hands it off to Sewell to answer for 3. Got it! Leo Sewell with 5 for the Guardians and trims the gap to 2 for Benson at 28-26. 4:33 remaining in the first half. Bradford passes left to Taylor near midcourt. Taylor back to Bradford. Into Cross on the right corner. Cross back to Taylor near midcourt. Passes right wing near side to Duwong Pruchan. Lob into the paint to Bradford. Bradford, quick pass to Perkins Fesher. Back to Duwong Pruchan. Back to Perkins Fesher in the paint. Right elbow jumper. Good. Nate Perkins Fesher with 9 for the Techmen and a 30-26 lead for Benson. Under 4 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Nice bounce pass into DeJulio, but he traveled with the basketball. Great bounce pass in the paint from Sewell. But unfortunately, DeJulio gets called for traveling before he went to the paint. Perkins Fesher kicks it out. It's a three-pointer for Taylor from straight away. That's no good. Defensive rebound for Jonah Jones. Up the floor, Sewell. 3:40 remaining first half. Benson by 4, 30-26. DeJulio, offensive foul on the Guardians. And that's on Leo Sewell, his third foul of the game. Craig Coakley has a decision to make, as Lucas Devlin will not be checking in. It'll be Jaden Iguarda. Next dead ball for the Guardians. Taylor over for Bradford. An offensive foul the other way on Benson. And this one on Cross for the Techmen. His first of the game. Both teams with 5 team fouls. Iguarda will check in as Leo Sewell will head to the bench with 3 personal fouls at the half. Jones looking to get the ball inbounds and does to Canalan. Canalan with 3:20 left in the first half. I.W. Wells down by 4. They led as many as 8 in the first half. Canalan into here, over for Iguarda. Iguarda on the right wing, passes for DeJulio, a straightaway 3, no good from the right side of the rim. Offensive rebound to here, new possession for I.W. Wells. Canalan now starts his dribble, tries to get off a pick from Jones, did not need it, but he lost the ball on a steal by Bradford. Bradford on the run. Will slow things down for Benson. Bradford pulls the ball back out. Bradford gets off a pick from Taylor. Double shows out on Bradford momentarily, and I.W. Wells back in single coverage. Into Duwong Pruchan going to his left. Passes for Perkins Fesher. Perkins Fesher back to Taylor. Right wing. Taylor tries to hand it off to Bradford. Didn't see him. And passes for Cross on the left wing. Into the hands for Perkins Fesher. Perkins Fesher on the drive. Stopped his dribble. Pulls up from 10 feet. No good. Around it out. Defensive rebound for Jonah Jones. Up the floor, Canalan. Canalan past the timeline. Up on the right wing, Iguarda. Jones to Iguarda off the pick. Iguarda shot blocked away by Cross and out of bounds. It will remain Guardians ball with 2:11 remaining in the first half. Benson by 4, 30-26 lead. It'll be Iguarda the inbound quickly to DeJulio for 3. No good. Rebound to here. Lost the ball. Stolen by Bradford. Bradford slowing things down on the offensive end as he passes the timeline. Bradford has the height advantage in his matchup against Canalan. Into the hands for Taylor. Dribble handoff to Perkins Fesher to Cross to Bradford. Bradford Between the rings, Taylor. Taylor up on the left wing, far side, hands off for Duwangpachan. Duwangpachan to Taylor. Shovels it in for Cross. At the foul line, has to pull back out to avoid a 3-second violation in the paint. Timeout, Benson. They will take a 30. Just double check. It'll be a 30, yes. Benson will call for a 30. We'll take a 30-second timeout with them to the break. 1:37 remaining first half. Benson by 4, 30-26 over I.W. Wells on KBPS. Benson by 4, 30-26 lead over I.W. Wells. Benson led as many as 5 in the first half. Guardians led as many as 8 early on in the first quarter. It's been a battle of runs left and right for both teams as the inbounds for Duwangpachan getting it in to Perkins Fesher. Perkins Fesher passes to the midcourt line. Right to left crossover, guarded by Eguarda. Perkins Fesher to Taylor to Cross. Cross with 1:25 remaining in the first half. Cross thought about the 3. Allows it high for Bradford. He caught it and lays it up. No good. Offensive rebound, no good for Bradford again. Defensive rebound by Canalan. Canalan on the right wing. Still with it is Canalan against Bradford. Canalan floats one up, shot partially blocked by Bradford. 2-on-1 opportunity, make it a 4-on-1 break. Duwangpachan dunks it with 2 hands. Terrific fast break by Benson. Benson by 6 at 32-26, and a foul called on Duwangpachan at the other end. His second, as he was guarding Nick DiGiulio up the floor. Benson with 16 fouls. Next foul on Benson will put the Guardians at the line in the bonus for a 1-and-1. Into DiGiulio. DiGiulio between the rings gets off a pick. Loose ball. DiGiulio still with the ball. Passes in the right corner is Eguarda for 3. Got it! Jaden Eguarda with a big-time 3. His first field goal, and cuts the gap to 3 at 32-29. Benson lead. Taylor receives the pass as he stands right at the midcourt line going left to right. Taylor, guarded by Dahir. And now looking to give it to Bradford. Bradford does not have the ball yet. Taylor still with it. Double team, ripped away. Taylor got it back. Kicks it in the right wing. Duwangpachan a 3. No good. Rebound for I.W. Wells with 3 seconds left. Guardians not aware of the clock. Canalan fires it from beyond midcourt and missed everything. That will take us to halftime from Benson at Marshall campus. Benson 32, I.W. Wells 29. KBPS halftime show is next on KBPS. Welcome back to Southeast Portland here at Marshall campus at Benson High School. Benson leads I.W. Wells 32-29 at the half. Sean Phillipson on hand with the KBPS halftime show. Looking at the leads for both teams, I.W. Wells led as many as 8 in the first half, particularly in the first quarter. Techman have led as many as 6 in today's game. Looking at the individual scores for both teams, we'll start off with I.W. Wells. Canalan with 8 for the Guardians. Sewell with 5. DiGiulio with 6 points today. Dahir with 5. Eguarda with 3. And Jonah Jones with 2 points for the Guardians. Looking at the Techman side, Kayvon Bradford with 13 points on my stat sheet at the half. Duwangpachan with 11. Nate Perkins Fesher with 9, and those are the scoring for the Techmen, as Duwangpachan and Bradford both in double figures scoring for Benson at the half. Foul troubles, Barfield and Duwangpachan with 2 fouls each. Taylor and Cross with 1 foul. Sewell has 3 personal fouls for the Guardians. He is the only Guardian player in foul trouble. Canalan and Jones with one foul in the game for I.W. Wells, and that's all of the foul issues so far at the half. We'll take another timeout. When we come back, we will preview next week's games for KBPS, as well as a game in progress from Franklin High School. Do stay tuned for that. Get at halftime, 32-29, Benson leads over I.W. Wells. Halftime show continues on KBPS. Benson leads IW Wells 32-29 at halftime. Sean Phillipson on hand, looking at the other game in the association at Franklin today. It is Franklin hosting McDaniel. And that's the only game played aside from this game from Marshall campus today. If you have any other scores from Franklin High School, do use the hashtag OPREPS, and we'll definitely mention a score from that game during the broadcast today. Competitive first half, to say the least. Bradford with 13, Duwampuchan with 11, Perkins Fesher with 9 for the Techmen. Balanced scoring somewhat for the Guardians. Nobody in double figures yet. Canalan with 8, Sewell with 5, Julia with 6, Ecuador with 3, Jones with 2, and DeHere with 5. Previewing next week's games on KBPS, we will be at Grant for girls basketball. The Grant Generals hosting the Benson Texters Wednesday, February 9th. And then next Friday, the 11th of February, we'll be at Cleveland for our first trip there this year. For boys basketball, it will be the Cleveland Warriors hosting the IW Wells Guardians. Both games will tip off at 7 p.m. This concludes the halftime show from Marshall campus. Do stay tuned for third quarter action, as it's the Benson Techmen leading the IW Wells Guardians a score of 32-29. This is live high school 6A boys basketball on KBPS. Minor score change. Kayvon Bradford with 15, not 13 at the half. Third quarter action begins with IW Wells with the ball going left to right. And it comes to Canalan with 8 in the first half. He's knocked down some triples as well in today's game. Sewell gets the pass, gets off a pick from Jones. Sewell will go for 3. No good to start the quarter. Loose ball foul on IW Wells. This one on Jonah Jones. And Jones has picked up his second foul of the game. Bradford with 15 points today. Bringing the ball up the timeline, passes over for Taylor. Taylor holding the ball, passes left into Barfield. Now to Bradford, backing in the post. Jump shot, no good. Good defense inside by Jonah Jones and Canalan, who was backing in the post. Up the floor, Sewell left wing. Sewell still with it. Sewell passes to DeJulio. A left corner 3, no good for the tie. Defensive rebound by Taylor for Benson. Bradford up the floor. Still with the ball dribbling is Bradford. Passes to Taylor. Taylor on the right wing near midcourt. Passes left for Barfield. Into Bradford. Double shows and a steal by Sewell from behind. 3-on-2 break. Sewell will lay it up and in. End-to-end action for Leo Sewell. The steal and the fast break layup cuts the gap to 1 for Benson at 32-31. It's Perkins Fesher to answer for 3, and he cans it from the left baseline. Perkins Fesher with 12 for the Techmen, and Benson leads by 4 at 35-31. Sewell circling around looking for help and gives it for DeJulio. DeJulio off the screen from DeHere. DeHere gets the pick and roll pass into the paint and lays it in. Schwabe DeHere with 7 for the Guardians, and it's a 35-33 lead. Benson. 2 minutes gone, third quarter. Bradford. Techman with Bradford with the ball, passes right corner, Perkins Fesher. How about the 3? Dumped it away in the post to Taylor, who couldn't handle it, and a steal by DeJulio. Sewell into DeHere, who lays it up. No, Jones tries to tip it in, cannot. Defensive rebound, Bradford, who goes behind the back. 3-on-2 break. Into Perkins Fesher for 3. No good from the right corner. Offensive rebound, Barfield. Barfield into Duwampuchan, who gets stripped of the ball and stolen by Sewell. And as Sewell dives on the floor, a foul is called on Benson's Duwampuchan, his third foul of the game. Jaden Naguarda will check in for Canalan to give him his first rest of the third quarter. 5:30 remaining third quarter at that. 35-33, Techmen lead. DeJulio into Aguada. Over for Sewell. Sewell, how about the 3? two-man game with Jones and Sewell. Sewell backing in on Bradford. Gives it for Jones, and his pass tipped up in the air. It will be I.W. Wells basketball. Last touch by Bradford underneath. 5:09 remaining in the third quarter. Inbounds pass Sewell, right baseline. Cuts between the rings into DeJulio. DeJulio had his pass pickpocketed almost by Perkins Fesher on the left wing. It will remain Guardians ball with 5:01 remaining in the third. Inbounds for Sewell, left wing. Sewell guarded by Perkins Fesher. Perkins Fesher tips the pass and recovered by Sewell. Sewell bounce pass into Jones, who had a shot missed. Inside to Jones. He scores and a foul. Dahir the assist. Jones makes the basket. And a foul called on Carlos Barfield, his third. Tie game at 35 apiece. Scoreboard was slow on that one, as Marquise Cross returns to the court for Benson for Barfield, who is scoreless today. And a three-point play, no good by Jones. That would have been for the lead. Tie game at 35 all. 4:42 remaining in the third. Bradford passes for DeWongpachan. A left corner three, no good. Rebound, I.W. Wells, but save for Cross for Benson. Cross passes high in the air to Taylor. Taylor will slow things down. Bradford, rather, will slow things down now for Benson. Bradford steps into a three. No good from between the rings. Defensive rebound by Jones. Sewell up the floor, Canalan. Canalan guarded by DeWongpachan. Into Jones at the foul line. Dumps it in the paint to Dahir. Dahir jump hook. No good from the right hand. Rebound pulled down by Perkins Fesher. Perkins Fesher on the break will pull up from 20. That's good from straight away. Perkins Fesher with 14, 37-35 lead. Up the floor, a layup good by Jonah Jones immediately. Great pass by Sewell up the floor. He liked that one. Tie game at 37 apiece, 3:45 remaining in the third quarter. Bradford falls down on the floor and gives it for Cross. Into Taylor, ball poked loose by Jones and out of bounds. Benson ball returning for I.W. Wells is Jaden Aguarda. And Shoaib Dahir will head to the bench. As I said earlier in the week, as Bradford gets the inbounds pass, Bradford will have to hold that thought for a moment. A hold is called on the Guardians. Canalan on the foul for the hold, his second. I.W. Wells has been a thorn to the Techman side in recent years and recent matchups. The games have been relatively close, under single digits. Inbounds pass to Taylor on the left block. Kicks it out for Cross. Cross back to Bradford between the rings. Bradford, top of the arc, Taylor, a three-pointer, good! And the Techman lead. Miguel Taylor from the top of the arc gives the Techman a 40-37 advantage. Pull-up jumper, no good by Canalan. Offensive rebound to Wells. Three-pointer, good by Aguarda to tie the game. Aguarda ties up at 40 all for I.W. Wells. 3:03 remaining third quarter. It is Bradford off the screen. Bradford will pull up from 7 feet. Got the roll in the paint. Bradford now with 17 points, his first field goal of the third. And the Techmen retake the lead at 42-40. 2:46 remaining in the third. DeJulio circling around. Offensive foul is called on the Guardians. This one on Jonah Jones for the illegal screen. His third foul of the game. Timeout, Guardians. They will take a 30-second timeout. We'll take it with them to the break of 30 with 2:42 remaining in the third quarter. Techmen lead the Guardians 42-40 on KBPS. Benson leads 42-40 over I.W. Wells. Relatively been a close game in this third quarter. However, earlier in the first quarter, I.W. Wells had an 8-point lead. Benson had a 6-point lead going into the second quarter, or during the second quarter at that. And we have a 2-point game at the moment. Bradford gives it for Taylor. Taylor fakes the pass, passes left into Cross. Cross at the on the left elbow. Cross looking for Bradford. He catches it. Shot blocked from behind by Canalan and picked up by Jones. Terrific defense by Canalan from behind. Into the hands for Sewell. 2:13 remaining in the third quarter. Guardians down by 2. Sewell on the left wing, looking for help, and gives it for DeJulio. Into the hands for Aguarda. Right corner is Canalan. Canalan guarded by Bradford. Bradford has the height advantage over Canalan. Canalan off the pick, going to his left, floats one up, no good, but he traveled with the basketball. Turnover, Ida B. Wells. Benson ball up at the far sideline. And into Bradford. 1:50 remaining third quarter, 42-40 lead for Benson, and their 5-game winning streak is on the line. Lob it inside to Bradford. Bradford caught it, missed the layup in close. Defensive rebound by Jones. Played terrific defense in the paint. And Jones playing with 3 fouls as well. Altering the shot. Sewell gets off a pick from Jones. Passes right wing to Canalan near side. Canalan over for Sewell. 1:20 remaining in the third quarter. Sewell guarded by Perkins Fesher. Sewell gets off a screen from Jones. Sewell driving into the paint. Lost the ball. Out of bounds. Benson possession. Sewell thought he had the ball for Ida B. Wells out of bounds, but it was off of Sewell trying to shoot it over the top of Taylor from the left side of the post. Bradford past the timeline will have a standing dribble is Bradford. Nobody coming out to guard him for Ida B. Wells with under a minute to go in the third. And this is where you would love to have a shot clock be in effect for Oregon high school sports, because the only type of shot clock you really have is a 5 count with engaging your defender on the play. Bradford is with the standing dribble. He is yet to move on the near side in front of the scorer's table, in front of the Benson bench as well. 35 seconds remaining in the third. 42-40 lead for Benson. Craig Coakley motioning out a play defensively for Ida B. Wells to be ready for. Again, nobody for Ida B. Wells guarding Bradford. Bradford with the standing dribble. 19 seconds left of the quarter. Now starts to make his move against Sewell. Sewell with 3 fouls. Bradford spinning, lost the ball, got it back. Kicks it out for Perkins Fesher. Pump fakes on the right corner with 5 seconds left. Perkins Fesher to Taylor. Ball poked away. Recovered by Bradford. Bradford with 2. Bradford with 1. Puts up the runner. No good. And that will take us to the end of the third quarter of play from Marshall campus. Benson leads by 2. 42-40 over Ida B. Wells. We are in for a tight one, folks. Stay tuned. The fourth quarter is next on KBPS. Fourth quarter about to begin from Southeast Portland. Benson Techman lead the Ida B. Wells Guardians 42-40. Perkins Fesher to inbound up on the far side near the Benson cheerleaders, and getting in play to Bradford. Fourth quarter begins now. Bradford with his matchup against Canalan. In the cross on the left elbow. Pass for DeWong Pachan at the foul line. Dump it in the post right side to Taylor. Taylor backing in on Jones, looking for his 4th foul. And a foul on Jonah Jones. That is personal foul number 4. And at the line shooting 2 will be Miguel Taylor. Schwabe Dahir will enter the game after the first foul shot for Taylor. And Taylor's first free throw is good. He has 4 with 1 more from the line. Dahir will check in for Jones, who has 4 fouls, sitting out for the moment. He may be needed back late in this quarter. We'll see what happens for Craig Coakley and the Guardian squad. Second free throw, good. Soft touch by Miguel Taylor. He has 5. And Benson has a 4-point lead at 44-40. 7:40 remaining in regulation. Sewell into DeJulio. Circling around. Over for Canalan on the right wing. A 3-pointer. That's no good. Rebound pulled down by Cross. Into the hands for Bradford. Bradford advancing past the timeline, guarded by Canalan. Canalan playing with 2 fouls. Into Cross on the left elbow. Back to Bradford. DeWong Pachan, right wing, gives it for Taylor. Backing in against Dahir, who does not have a foul. Tough shot, no good by Taylor. Great defense by Dahir in the paint. Into Sewell, and he traveled with the basketball. Turnover, Guardians. Benson ball, 7:05 remaining in the fourth quarter. 44-40 lead, Benson. looking to extend their 5-game winning streak, which is a season high for them. Cross lobs it for Bradford. Bradford underneath, pump fakes, got his defender up in the air and missed the layup in close. He can't believe it. He lost his shoe, did Bradford. Guardians with a 5-on-4 advantage at the moment. Layup blocked away by Taylor against Canalan in the paint. What a block. Ida Wells ball, though. 6:40 to play in the game. Inbounds for DeJulio. DeJulio, quick inbounds pass to Iguata. Shot blocked again by Taylor, but right into the hands for Iguata, who lays it up and in. 44-42 lead. Benson. 6:29 remaining in the game. Taylor into Bradford. Bradford on the left wing. Near side, in front of the Benson bench. Gets off a double screen. Going to his right. Bradford still with it. Gives it for Taylor. And knocks down a 15-foot right elbow jumper that's there for him. He has 7 for Taylor. Benson by 4. 46-42. A long three-pointer for DeJulio and Kansas. Oh my goodness. DeJulio knocked that one in from the front of the Wells bench and cuts the gap to 1. 46-45 Benson. It's Bradford spinning through traffic. Right elbow jumper, that's there for him. Bradford with 19 points for the Techmen. 48-45 lead for Benson. Sewell does not get off the screen. Passes to DeJulio on the right corner. Ball moved by the Guardians. Into Canalan. Canalan still with it against Bradford. Canalan dribble handoff for Sewell. Sewell lost the ball, got it back near side. Sewell bumped against. Sewell made the basket. Bumped against Perkins Fesher, trying to find who that was. Perkins Fesher played terrific defense, but Sewell made the basket. It's a 1-point game, 48-47. Back at the other end, Miguel Taylor banks in a foul line jumper, wide open, and Kansas 50-47 lead. Benson lead. Sewell passes right. Canalan for the tie. No good. Wide open shot from the near side. Cross on the rebound for Benson. Cross fakes the pass and gives it for Bradford. 4:48 remaining in the game. In the cross. Cross, one dribble pass to Taylor between the rings. Tries to lob it for Bradford. Bradford got it, lays it up and in. Bradford wanted the foul from behind, didn't get one. And Kayvon Bradford with 21 points and a 5-point cushion for the Techmen. 52-47. 4.5 remaining in the game. Timeout, Craig Coakley and the Guardians. They will take a full timeout. We will take the break with them with 4:29 remaining in the fourth quarter. Benson 52, IW Wells 47 on KBPS.
This is the home of live PIL sports action. AM 1450, KBPS, Portland.
IW Wells to inbound on the far side. It will be DeJulio to do the inbounding, down by 5 for the Guardians at 52-47. Guardians has led as many as 8. Benson has led as many as 6 in today's game. Canalan right wing gives it for Jones in the post. Jones, turnaround jumper, around and out. Rebound Dahir, grabs the loose ball and picked up by Sewell. Sewell back into Dahir, back in over Dewang Pachan. He scores and a foul. Dahir makes the field goal. He has 9, a chance for 10. Dewang Pachan picked up his 4th foul of the game. Lead trimmed down to 3 for IW Wells out of the timeout. Dahir at the line looking for a 3-point play. 3-point lead for Benson, 52-49 at the moment. And the 3-point play rattles in for Shraib Dahir. He has 10. Guardians down by 2, 52-50. 4:03 remaining in the fourth quarter. Bradford gives it for Taylor near midcourt. Pass for Dewang Pachan. Quick ball movement by the Techmen. Into cross between the rings. Holding the ball, looking for Bradford. Bradford denied of the ball. Gives it back to Taylor. Taylor passes left. Ball poked away and stolen by Canalan. 2-on-1 break. Canalan rejected out of bounds by Taylor. On the break. IW Wells basketball. Timeout Benson. They will take a 30. Benson has 2 fulls left. And the Guardians with 2 fulls in the 30 remaining. We'll keep it here for the moment. 3:41 remaining in the game this afternoon. Benson leads 52-50. Minor game reset. Team foul situations. IW Wells with 4, Benson with 3. In foul trouble for IW Wells, Jonah Jones playing with 4 fouls. Leo Sewell with 3. And Canalan with 2. Those are the only fouls of the game for the Guardians. For the Techmen, Duong Puchan with 4 and Barfield with 3. Taylor and Cross with 1 foul as well. IW Wells has yet to break out of the huddle as the Techmen lining up first in their set defensive play. Guardians vault underneath their own basket. It is Sewell to inbound, getting it in through Canalan. Canalan off the screen from Dahir. Canalan open for 3. Good! J.C. Canalan buries a triple. He has 11, and the Guardians have the lead. 53-52 on the road. 3:25 remaining in the game. Taylor recovers the loose ball on the far side. Gives it for Cross. Cross holding the ball between the rings. Cross passes right into Duong Puchan. Duong Puchan over for Perkins Fesher, left baseline. Back to Cross, back to Perkins Fesher. Near midcourt is Taylor holding the ball with 3:05 remaining in the game. Perkins Fesher over for Taylor. Taylor blows by Dahir, pulls up from 20, and the Techmen lead. Miguel Taylor with 11, 54-53 lead, and an offensive foul called. Or did he step out of bounds? He stepped out. And a timeout, IW Wells at the other end. They will take we will take a 1-minute break with 2:50 remaining in the game. Benson 54, IW Wells 53 on KBPS. 54-53 lead, Benson over IW Wells. Tightly contested game today from Southeast Portland. It will be Benson inbound on the near sideline in front of the IW Wells bench. Bradford gets the inbounds pass. He's already hit a game winner earlier this week against the IW Wells Guardians at that. Bradford double team shows. Gives it for Taylor between the rings. Right corner, Perkins Fesher. Double shows out on him. Gives it back to Taylor near the midcourt line, far side. Now to Bradford. Double shows. Back to Taylor. Duong Puchan thought about the 3. He wasn't open. Duong Puchan tries to skip the pass into Perkins Fesher and does. Bradford gets the pass. 2:23 remaining in the game. Bradford double teamed. And he has the ball still. Double team shows for IW Wells. Back to Duong Puchan. Guardians trying to deny Bradford the ball by any means necessary. Bradford gets the pass. It was intended for Perkins Fesher on the far side. Sewell has 3 fouls. Bradford lost the ball on a steal by Sewell. Up the floor, Canalan. Guardians can take the lead this possession with under 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Sewell against Duong Puchan. Sewell pulls it out, going to his left. Sewell and the Guardians looking to get a 2-game winning streak going. A 3-pointer, no good by the Guardians. DeJulio, offensive rebound by Dahir. New possession for IW Wells. Into Sewell. Back to DeJulio. A 3 for the lead, no good. Another offensive rebound by Dahir. Into Jones, who lays it up, blocked, but a foul called on the Techmen. This one should be on Miguel Taylor, and it is his second. That's team foul number 4. Taylor thought he blocked it straight up. And Jones initiated the contact, will head to the line to shoot 2. Jones' first free throw, no good. Remains a 1-point lead for Benson at the moment with 1:22 left in the fourth. 54-53. Jones, no good on the second free throw. Defensive rebound by Cross. Up the floor is Bradford. Bradford and the Techmen on a 5-game winning streak. They would love to go up on a 6-game winning streak today if they can pull off a win. Timeout, Benson. They have only fulls remaining, so we'll take the full timeout to the break with them with 1:08 remaining in the game. Benson Techmen 54, IW Wells Guardians 53 on KBPS. 1:08 remaining in the fourth quarter. Benson leads IW Wells 54-53. Game reset, both teams low with the team foul situations, both of them with 4. Jonah Jones with 4 personal fouls for IW Wells, Sewell with 3, and Canalan with 2. Benson inbound up by 1 and getting it into Bradford. IW Wells may need to think about fouling momentarily. They double team Bradford up on the right wing. Duong-Pachan inside to Perkins Fesher. It is intercepted and stolen by DeJulio, who lays it up. No, but a foul called on Bradford. Bradford on the foul, his first. IW Wells down by 1. As DeJulio will head to the line to shoot 2. 15 foul on Benson. DeJulio can give IW Wells the lead if he can make 2 free throws. DeJulio with 9 today. The free throw is good. With 1 more at the line, tied game at 54 all. We are going down to the wire here in the fourth quarter, folks. DeJulio gets the roll on the second free throw. He has 11. Guardians lead 55-54. Bradford with the ball in his hands, down by 1. He's hit a game winner against IW Wells this week. Bradford circling around looking for help. Bradford still with it. Bumped against DeJulio and a foul called on DeJulio. Guardians can take that foul. DeJulio's committed his first foul of the game. Timeout situations. Benson has 1 full timeout. IW Wells with a full and a 30. Inbounds. Bradford gets it again from Taylor. Bradford guarded by DeJulio. DeJulio, tough matchup against Bradford. Bradford going to his right. Now cuts back left. Lost the ball, did Bradford. 27 seconds to go in the game. Bradford gets away from DeJulio. Bradford shovels the pass for Perkins Fesher. He lays it in! Perkins Fesher scores. He has 16. Benson by 1, 56-55. IW Wells with the possession. It's Canalan getting off the screen. Canalan will drive for the lead. Blocked away by Taylor. His 4th of the quarter. Whistle sounding and a foul called on Benson with 7 seconds remaining in the game. I believe that foul was on Dylan Duong-Pachan, which would be his 4th foul of the game. The officials motioned the number 4, and it is Duong-Pachan's 5th foul. So he is done for the afternoon. Carlos Barfield with 3 personal fouls will check in. Timeout IW Wells. As they are in the huddle, they will take a full timeout. We'll keep it here for a game reset. IW Wells have led as many as 8 points today. Techman has led as many as 6 this afternoon. Bradford a game-high 21 points, leading the way for the Benson Techman. Duong-Pachan fouls out with 7 seconds left to go in the game. IW Wells with the ball, down by a point. Team foul scenario. Benson with 16 fouls. IW Wells with 5. The foul cello for the Guardians remain the same. Jonah Jones with 4 fouls. Sewell with 3. Canalan with 2. DeJulio with 1. Carlos Barfield with 3 fouls. Taylor with 2. Cross and Bradford with 1 foul. And Duong-Pachan, as I said, he fouled out in the fourth quarter with 11 points. Benson on a 5-game winning streak. That is on the line today. IW Wells looking for their 2nd win in a row. 56-55 lead for IW Wells, for the Benson Techman, IW Wells, we'll see what they do out of the timeout. They may look to go for Sewell or DeJulio. We'll see what happens. As the assistant coaches for Benson out on the floor, motioning to get everybody set up defensively. Sewell to inbound on the far side, getting it in to Dahir. Gives it for Sewell, who lays it up. No good. He traveled. Sewell traveled with the basketball with 3.7 seconds to go. IW Wells with 5 team fouls. They have to foul on the inbounds, or they have to foul immediately, rather. It is Taylor to inbound, getting in for Bradford, and a foul immediately stopping the clock. We're at the 6-team foul. The foul on DeJulio. That is his second foul. Timeout, Benson. And they will take a full timeout as well. Benson is now out of timeouts with 16 fouls each. You have to wonder, with 2.6 seconds left, Benson will have possession of the ball. If IW Wells cannot get the steal, they have to foul immediately to stop the clock. IW Wells has a 30-second timeout on my stat sheet that is remaining. And most importantly for Benson, with them out of timeouts the rest of the game, they have to inbound the ball to avoid a 5-second violation. Benson leading as many as 6 today. IW Wells leading as many as 8 in the early part of the first half. Candeland with 11 points. Dahir with 10. Nick DeJulio with 11 for the Guardians. In a tightly contested game this afternoon. We do have a final score from Franklin. We'll get to you that score on the KBPS post-game show after this match. Techman has yet to come out of the huddle. IW Wells is out of the huddle at the moment. It is Sewell, Candeland, DeJulio, Jones, and Iguarda. So Iguarda picked up that last foul, not DeJulio. 2.6 seconds remaining. Cross to inbound the ball. Cross looking. Benson does not have any timeouts to get it in play to Perkins Fesher, and he is fouled with 1.8 seconds remaining in the game. .8 left in regulation. Perkins Fesher at the line to shoot 1-1. IW Wells does have a 30-second timeout, and they will take it here. So it's a 30-second timeout for IW Wells. Both teams are now out of timeouts the rest of this game. 17 foul on the Guardians, 6-4 Benson. Neither team has a foul to give the rest of the game. What a contest this has been this afternoon, folks. 1.8 left, fourth quarter. Benson leads IW Wells 56-55. Sewell getting called for that travel with 2.6 seconds remaining. Really hurt the IW Wells chances on trying to give them a chance to take the lead. Referees motioning to both coaches that they don't have any timeouts remaining. Perkins Fesher with 16 points today. He will head to the line to shoot 1-1. If he misses the free throw, IW Wells has to go down the length of the court and make a big-time shot. However, Perkins Fesher does make both free throws. That will put him up by 3, and IW Wells with an opportunity for a last-second shot regardless. Perkins Fesher at the line. He misses the free throw. Offensive rebound right to Taylor, and he is fouled with 0.2 of a second left. A backbreaker of a missed opportunity for the Guardians. Jonah Jones commits his 5th foul of the game. Referees now going to the scorer's table to indicate whether Jones picked up his 5th, and he did. Entering the game will be Dahir. Dahir will check in for Jones. Jones fouls out with 6 points today. And Taylor at the line to shoot 1-1, 18 foul. 0.6 of a second left in the game. The free throw is good by Taylor. He has 12 with one more from the line. 0.6 of a second. That is enough for a catch and shoot. Taylor at the line. He gets the second one to go. Inbounds, getting it in. It's DeJulio for the tie. No good. And the Techmen win 58-55 over IW Wells. What a game. Techmen led as many as 6 in today's game. Hangs on to win late 58-55. Guardians have led as many as 8 in today's game. For the Techmen, Their winning streak is still alive at 6 in a row. And with the win, they are now second in the PIL standings at 8-1 in the PIL standings. We will take a break. When we come back, we will have the KBPS post-game show and a game update from Franklin High School. Benson wins at 58-55 over Ivory Wells. We'll be back on KBPS. Welcome back to Marshall campus at Benson High School. The final score in this one, Benson Techman defeating the IW Wells Guardians, a score of 58-55. Sean Phillips on here with the post-game show. Let's run down the individual scores for both teams. First up, for IW Wells, 3 players in double figures today, led by Leo Sewell, J.C. Canalan, and Nick DiGiulio. They both had 11 points today. Schwabe Dahir with 10, Sewell with 9, Iguardo with 8, and Jonah Jones fouling out with 6 points. Guardians led by 8 in the first half, particularly on a terrific run that they had, and then they let the lead slip away later in the contest. For the Techmen, they led as many as 6 in today's game, led by Kayvon Bradford's 21 points today. He also had 8 rebounds and 5 assists. Taylor had crucial block shots left and right in the game. I think he had 4 blocks in the fourth quarter, which really propelled them to a win. Bradford finished with 21 points, as I said. Perkins Fesher with 16. DeWong Chen with 11, who fouled out in the fourth. And Taylor with 13 points, unofficial for the Benson Techmen. With today's win, Benson moves up to 13-4 overall and 8-1 in the PIL standings, which means with the win, they move past Grant to second place in the boys 6A PIL standings behind Cleveland. Who is number 1 in the PIL so far. For IW Wells, they dropped to 6-13 overall and 3-7 in the PIL, as they are fighting with Franklin to determine who will have the last spot in the postseason. IW Wells coming in 29th in state, and Franklin 32nd in state, holding that final seed in the standings. As promised, we was going to get to you a game from Franklin as on cue. Franklin at home defeating the McDaniel Mountain Lions 47-34 in that game. Previewing next week's contests on KBPS, we will be at Grant High School for girls basketball as the Grant Generals host the Benson Texters. That'll be Wednesday, February 9th, and then Friday, February 11th, we will be at Cleveland for our first appearance for boys basketball, as it's the Cleveland Warriors hosting the IW Wells Guardians. Both games will tip off at 7 p.m. This concludes today's broadcast from Marshall campus. Special thanks to Don Agus all week long for her contributions, our studio engineer for making today's game possible, and the athletic director at Benson High School, Matt Clark. For more on our upcoming schedule, go to www.kbps.am. Once again, the final score from Benson High School at Marshall campus, Benson Techman has their winning streak up at 6 in a row. They defeat the IW Wells Guardians, a score of 58-55. I am Sean Phillipson, and this has been live high school boys basketball in 6A on AM 1450 KBPS. Have a good rest of your afternoon, everybody.
You've been listening to Live PIL Basketball. The preceding broadcast was a sports presentation of